Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. I wanted to, I've been playing around with the Infusible ink more and more, and it kind of struck me with Christmas just a couple of weeks away. It kind of struck me that this, using Infusible ink tote bags would make a really fabulous gift for someone. And who doesn't like tote bags? I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday, and she told me that there's some people who are having weddings, and they are giving away tote bags to their guests, because they want they're eco-friendly and they think of green things. And I am a big fan of the tote bag, whether it's for my knitting or it's for when I go swimming, or just for my groceries or purchases. I carry everything in tote bags. So I think this is a really fabulous product. It makes a great gift. I'm going to show you how this how I'm going to do this oversized knitting infusible ink, which I cut out, and it's kind of I think it's like a bluey green. And that's the thing about these transfer sheets, is that they don't really show what the actual color is going to be when you're done. So you have to be careful to keep your sheets with the box. Okay, quiet down. Keep your sheets with the box, and also know which one. Try to figure out which one's which. I know it's a little bit difficult. So do try to keep that straight. It's hard, I know, because I don't know. I'm a messy crafter. So I just am. So anyway, so here is my Infusible ink transfer sheet, which I've cut out on my Cricut maker machine, which I also cut it out on any kind of Explorer machine. And this is a tote bag from Cricut. You can get these at some of the local craft stores as well, but they have to be compatible with the Cricut Infusible ink product, which is got a kind of a polyester blend to it. So the totes come in two sizes. This is the small. It's more like a book bag size, and this is the large, which I think more like a grocery bag size. And I it's kind of like trying to contemplate. I have two cutouts. I have this one that says, "I'm really a mermaid," and frankly, the big bag is probably better for me, or for one of my swimming buddies to use for this cutout. But what I did was I cut this out, and then I placed it on the butcher paper, and so now I'm like, I think maybe this is probably not any good. I cut this out a while ago, and I put it on the butcher paper. So when you cut out Infusible ink, I would, here we go. I would probably suggest that cut it out and put it on right away. Don't let it sit, or else you could end up with a rotten mess like I have here. But, so here is, it says, "I'm really a mermaid." And I cut it out of the mermaid. Let me see if I can get the box for you. I cut it out of, here it is. This is the Infusible ink transfer sheets patterned mermaid rainbow, right? So I cut that out, and actually what I do is I inversed it. I made a circle because I wanted to see this pattern. I wanted to see the scales of the mermaid, and I thought if I just did it by the cutout of the words, I wouldn't get to see that really great pattern. So I did that trick that I did before, where I sliced a circle with the saying, and then I just took the sliced out of it. So now I have a big circle that's going to be really good for seeing the entire pattern of the cutout. And I'm going to put, and it's on my Easy Press mat, and I'm going to put my butcher paper down, and then I have my Easy Press, and it's heated up to 385. So I'm going to just put it on there. Now, this is a medium Easy Press, and people ask me a lot, what size Easy Press should I get? And they come in 4 sizes: oversized, medium, that's what this is, and then they come in small, and now they come in the mini. And I personally, I found the big one, and I do have them all, but I found the big one to be a little bit hard to handle. And so, and that usually is okay for t-shirts and what have you, but when you're doing a design for a tote bag, which I usually size to 11.5 inches, you might have a little issue with overlap, right? So what you really do want to do is, I kind of came back and hit this in a different area. So I want to make sure that all of that transfer ink is getting onto my tote bag. Now, it's really important when you're doing this not to move the butcher paper and the transfer sheet, or else you're going to get something called ghosting. It's also really important, I'm going to show you why in a second. It's also really important that you don't reuse the butcher paper. And the reason why is that a lot of times some of the ink that comes off with the butcher paper, it gets into the paper itself. And if you reuse it, it can create like a ghosting effect. I'm going to show you that in a second, but I just want to make sure I'm hitting all the spots of this this design. Okay, and I'm not moving it, I'm just picking it up and slightly. So I'm hoping that it comes out okay, or else I'm going to have to get the big guns ready. Oh, okay, so that's a fail. In this case, I should have done a smaller cutout with, or use my bigger transfer sheet. Because see, this part didn't go on there. Now, I suppose I could try to line it up, which I think I might do, just for, just for giggles, because otherwise, what the heck, am I going to do with this? It's going to look kind of a little weird. So I'm going to line up and make sure my letters are lined up here. They're slightly off. Okay. Holding with my hand. Let me go. And so here, here's an example of you learn as you go. And this is what I talk about. Sometimes you make mistakes and it's really frustrating. And what you need to do is own it, and own the mistake. And I know if you were selling it, it's a little bit different. But giving it to someone or having it for yourself and having little errors in it, that's okay. It makes it unique. It's handmade. You have to consider that. It's not coming off of a machine in China. It's a handmade product. And so there are going to be variations. It was the same way when I had a soap making business. Sometimes the soap came out kind of funny looking. And so it didn't really work this time, going over it a second time. But I could say, I could say, well, hey, that's kind of the way I wanted it. And I think I could probably get away with giving that away that way, or using it for my swimming. Now, let me show you what I was talking about in terms of using new butcher paper every time. This This is a design I did, Walking in the Winter Wonderland. And this is Infusible ink. I did it in blue. And there were that was the transfer sheets. And then I took my snowflakes that I made the other day, remember, with the Infusible ink pens. And first I did this design, and then I came back and did the snowflakes. But when I moved the snowflakes, and I did like one snowflake, and then I did this one, that one. Well, I reused the butcher paper. I'm going to get in real close so you can see it, and see it has like a little ghosting of where the butcher paper held the ink, and then it released it again once I put the heat on it again. So again, it's not perfect, but it really is fun. And you know, I was talking to a girlfriend this week. She came over to craft, and she's like, oh, I should have done it this way, and I should have done it that way. And I said, you know, what is good is you take what you've done, you do the best you can with what you have until you know better, and then you do better. And it's the same thing with crafting. You do the best that you can with what you have. And yes, will it be perfect? No, it's not going to be perfect. It never will be perfect, but that's okay. It's personalized. So thanks for coming today. I wanted to show you these fun tote bags. I'm sure you'll be a lot more careful than I will, and hopefully this video has helped you realize some of the things that could go wrong. And I will be back, let's see, I think tomorrow, to show you how to do the Infusible ink coasters with the Infusible ink pens with the coasters. We had done how to print them on, or actually how to write them on a sheet of paper, and I cut a bunch out, and I want to come back and show you how to put these on, but I want to be mindful of your time. So join me next time when we do this. Thanks so much for coming today. My name is Rita, and this is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. Thank you for all of my subscribers. I really appreciate it. And if you are a subscriber, you can be entered into my monthly giveaway. This month we have a great prize, and I'll leave the link that explains the prize in the description of this video. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you again really soon.